What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is I'm going to be showing how to make a mansion. This is the 10th installment of mansion, and for time constraints, I didn't actually add windows on the walls. It took me 55 minutes to show you how to make essentially just the front of the build, with the layout of the back and stuff, because I kind of cut out the back walls. Make sure, though, that you do add windows on the sides. I forgot to mention that before I showed you, or I told you to fill in the sides. But again, I'll talk about that after, where you might want to do weird things and decide when you want to actually add your windows or whatever. But yeah, this thing is gigantic, and this is probably my favorite It's definitely my favorite mansion. Probably one of my favorite tutorials I've made to this day, which is saying a lot about it. One of my more detailed ones as well. And yeah, I don't have a whole ton else to say about this one. So here's the inside space, which is a lot. And yeah, that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the space you're going to be needing for this is a 99 by 71, and the materials you'll be needing to start off are stone bricks, cut sandstone, black stained glass panes, darn it, I did something already dumb, bone blocks, spruce wood slabs, birchwood stairs. This is gonna be one of those where we're gonna have an awkward amount of materials and not the proper thing. Spruce wood planks. We'll go dark oak door. I was exactly right, I think. Yeah, because we need, okay, yeah, we'll just stick with that for now, because you need deep set brick blocks, deep set brick stairs, and deep set brick slabs, and that's all the materials we need. Yeah. So, I might do this, I think I'm going to be doing this by panels. So, if I make one panel vertically, I'm going to tell you to copy that panel to the right by 1 or 2 or whatever. I don't think it's ever going to be more than 1. Just as reference. The entire back, all of them are laid out as panels, as you can see from that grid. I do not have any of them detailed, but they are exactly the same as the front panels. So, keep that in mind. And also, I might do it like horizontally, where I just do it row by row. That's also a possibility. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I guess we'll figure it out. I think I'm actually going to do it horizontally to start. But, starting from the front left-hand corner of your 99 by 71 grid, cough cough if you made it, you want to count backward diagonally to the right by 1, and place a stone brick. Place 12 cut sandstone on top of that stone brick. So that'll be the entire height of your main build itself. You then want to bring that 4 diagonally to the right with a bone block. Then go back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right with 3 black stained glass panes. Stone brick. 4 diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right with 3 black stained glass panes. Stone brick. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Then a bone block. Back diagonally to the left with a stone brick. Then back with 3 black stained glass panes. Stone brick. Backward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the left with a stone brick. Back with 3 black stained glass panes. Stone brick. And then back diagonally to the right by 2 with bone blocks. Every single bone block should face up and down, by the way. I figured I'd just throw that out there. So yeah, there you go. We're gonna do it this way, I guess, because that seems easier for me. What you want to do is you want to bring each bone block up by 12, and each stone brick up with 12 cut sandstone. This is gonna give you a lot, actually. Oh yeah, also one more thing while we're doing this, I'm going to be skipping parts, and I'm gonna probably be going a little bit fast at certain points to try to make the video length under 60 minutes, which, worst case, it ends up being 2 parts. I'm not sure of that yet. I think it will be. But, I'm definitely gonna be skipping some parts out or cutting them out. So, just keep that in mind, especially if you're on Java, because you're gonna probably have to be pausing a lot. And I do apologize for that But I'm trying to keep the video not too long, especially with a longer build. Like, if it's something like Pizza Hut or whatever, it could be 30 minutes, who cares? When it should be a 20-minute build, that's whatever. But, like, something that's going to be an hour, I don't want to magnify that time by, what would that be, 30%? Because then that make it 80 minutes, which, yeah, that's a lot more time. No, wait, it's more than that. No, 50% up, so it'd be 90 minutes. Sorry. That was how that math worked. So you should have this now. So, there's something weird going on. Sorry, I kind of just bumped the mic. You probably heard that. We got something weird going on. Those bottom windows have that arch or curve to them. So at the left and the right, aka, or it could be the front and the back of those windows, you want to bring those far rows up with 3 black stained glass panes, 4 cut sandstone, 4 black stained glass panes, and 1 cut sandstone. Again, do that at God, sorry, I don't know why I forgot how to speak for a second there. At the left and the right of each window. So 3 panes, 4 sandstone, 4 panes, 1 sandstone. That's how that math works. It's not really math, but whatever. Essentially, you should have 4... Essentially, each window should look like a 3x4 right now. Except minus the middle row. And they should be 4 blocks away from each other, and it should be 1 block off the top. I almost said top and bottom, but it's not off the bottom by any. It's against the floor flush. And that also is another weird thing with this house, but yeah. This thing took me... It took about 2 hours, not quite 2 hours, to get the grid and the house done, and all the notes and everything that I need, which isn't actually that much. What you then want to do is in the middle rows, you want to go up with 4 black stained glass panes, 3 cut sandstone, 4 black stained glass panes, and a cut sandstone. So that's what your window section should look like as of right now. Sorry, I just noticed something, and it really tripped me up for a second, because I have it on a certain way with the other sections, which you'll see how it is. And it isn't like that on the section, and I saw something that has the same look to it, and it really confused me. I didn't actually make a general reaction, except other than in my head, which, yeah, I don't know. Also, hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am, for the most part. It's been a pretty boring day, not gonna lie, or lazy at least. So now you have this. Now, if you wanted to lay out your 99 by 71, you could copy this on all 4 corners, actually. Except at the back two, there's only 1 panel moving towards the front, and this one there's 2. But now what you want to do is you want to go back diagonally to the right with a stone brick from this back right bone block, then go right 3, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, right by 3, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Then back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, and then 2 cut sandstone. That's a little bit of a weird pattern. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Oh, so you also need a stone brick at the end of that, okay. Right by 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right by 3. Forward diagonally to the right with 2 stone bricks, and then a stone brick. Forward 2, forward diagonally to the left with a bone block, then forward diagonally to the right with a stone brick, and then a bone block. I understand that's a lot, but none of the numbers are too big on this build. The most you're going to see is 5 as far as going across is. But now you should have that. So you want to bring each bone block again up by 12. Hello? There you go. One easy way is you just stand on top of one and see what your y coordinate is. For me, it is 22, and then just go out all the other ones and make the y coordinate the same. Like that. Or you can kind of just rough estimate it or actually count it, although counting it's kind of boring. Again, if you really want to make your entire 99 grid, you can just copy this pattern front and back. Or, sorry, left and right. You could also, I guess, do it front and back as well, although I do have it different on the back. so you have more space, but the back isn't set in stone as far as what I have made, so I would recommend if there is a opportunity that you see good, then I would recommend making any changes, like make it bigger or smaller or whatever. I think smaller would be better, honestly. This thing's gigantic. So what you want to do is any row of stone bricks that is either 1 or 3 that we haven't tampered with yet, you want to place 12 cut sandstone on top of. And then leave the rows of 4 alone, because we're going to do all of those. And then this is going to be probably where the copy... Actually, no, never mind. I was going to say this is where I'm going to say copy panel, but I can just tell you to do them all at once, because that's easier. So everything should be pretty much the same height, minus the 4 sections that we haven't done. So, what do you want to do in those sections? Well, you want to bring the left and the right stone bricks each up with 12 cut sandstone. And again, make sure you do this on all 4 panels. So, again, it should be the same height as the bone block. I'm going to keep saying 12, but if it's 12, just remember that it's the same height as the rest of the build. That, I think, is an easier way to say it. This is definitely one of my harder builds, or more detailed. I actually do really like this one, though. This is probably my... I just said I'd put this in my top 10 tutorials I've ever made. And that's some high praise with how many things I've made. Not even necessarily the level of epicness, just the amount of numbers. Okay. What you then want to do is in the middle rows, you want to bring each of those 2 middle rows up with a cut sandstone. Then 3 black stained glass panes. 3 cut sandstone. 3 black stained glass panes, and then 2 cut sandstone. So these are going to look weird, but we're going to add details to those later. Once we do the entire front, I will talk about the details of the windows and all that stuff. So again, it is 1, 3, 3, 3, 2. So it'll give you that. And again, do it on the other 2 as well. It's gonna look very bland as we move along this, but we're gonna worry about all the detailing stuff after we get the actual general layout of the front done, and then the back and stuff will be cut out, and we'll see how it all lays out. You could be talking about future stuff or whatever. But I'm gonna see if I can get it under an hour. It looks like I'll be able to, if I can push it, which is not what I want to do, but what I mean by that is, like, you'll see. If I can, like, cut out some stuff and get everything to work out properly. Anyways, what you want to do is you want to take this bottom bone block here, the one that we just kind of did everything to the left of, we filled in. You want to bring this bone block back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Darn it, we should have continued this. Backward diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Then go right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a spruce wood plank. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Then go right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Then a bone block. Backward diagonally to the left with a stone brick. Go back 2. And then back diagonally to the right by 2 with bone blocks. Just like that. Again, bring each bone block up with 12 bone blocks. And we're not actually extending the previous ones, we're just extending the ones that we're just talking about. In this build, I'm going to essentially be, like, focusing on one area, and we're going to be doing the base layer of that area, and then we're going to, we're going to work from there and do the walls moving up. Base layer is just like the stone brick and the bone block and everything that we're doing right now, or what we're building up from right now. I know I said I was going to be doing something different at the beginning, but I thought it'd be easier that way, but after reevaluating my life decisions, I have decided that this is easier. What you want to do is you want to bring the spruce wood plank in between the 2 bone blocks. It's kind of crowded, so if you actually want to bring the spruce wood plank forward by 1, you could, and place your dark oak door there, and then just do, like, I don't know, black glass above it or something, I don't know. But if you want to keep it a block back, good lord, that was bad. You want to place a dark oak door there on top of it, and then a cut sandstone, black stained glass pane, and then 8 cut sandstone. And then left and right of that black stained glass pane just this cut sandstone, so it connects, and it is a window. There we go. If you remember what we did for the 4 sections, you want to do that same thing yet again. So, Left and right rows, just rows of cut sandstone. Pretty easy. And I guess we'll just ignore the other part for now and pretend like it doesn't exist. And we're actually going to do a little bit of the roof on this section. Are we? Yeah, well, let's at least get it marked out. I'm not going to... I might make the peak. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to make the peak. And then we'll do the other 2 peaks later and worry about all that stuff later. But, since again it is symmetrical and everything, it's just easier to do it at the same time. And in the middle 2 rows, place cut sandstone, 3 panes, 3 cut sandstone, 3 panes, and then 2 cut sandstone moving up. There's more of the 2x3 windows than there are the anything else windows, which are going to be either the 3x4s or the curved ones. I'm just going to call them the curved ones. That's not really technically correct. Or the arched ones, I guess? Arched ones would make more sense. But yeah, just like that. That looks very dumb. You can see it really looks bad right now. It shows you how much the birch and spruce makes a difference. Especially the spruce, because it's such a color change. It actually, like, sometimes I've talked about how that might not necessarily be a good thing, but in this situation I do think it is. If you want to, you can actually just place on top of these 4 stone bricks here at the right, just 12 cut sandstone. I'm actually going to do that just so it clears up the next step a little bit more, because I understand that we did just kind of leave these guys in the dust, which we're going to worry about them later anyways, but might as well get them out of the way. And also, if you want to just copy this section right now, you can, and not listen to me ramble about it for 30 more minutes. But, yeah, what you want to do is you want to take the 2 outer bone blocks of the front section. So you have the 4, you want to take the 2 outer ones. And you want to bring them each forward with 5 stone bricks. Then bring each stone brick, this time up with a black stained glass pane. And then bring those front stone bricks inward, so towards the center of the build with a bone block. Then bring either bone block forward with a spruce wood slab and connect those slabs together. Now bring those bone blocks up by 12 each. So again, same height as the build, which is all fine and dandy. Just like that. And then you do want to fill in the center of this little porch here in with spruce wood planks. I'm going to say this is my favorite out of the mansions. I am going to say that. The quartz ones were nice too when I made them, but I've made so many sandstone ones, but this one, like, is just different. I don't know. I need to, like, make not sandstone for once, so all of them seem to be quartz or sandstone. I'm pretty sure every single one has one of those blocks. Because there's, yeah, the brick one does have sandstone. Actually, I think the brick one's trimmed with sandstone. So what you're going to want to do with these 2 bone blocks is you want to bring them each forward with an upside down spruce wood slab, those 2 front bone blocks, not the rest of them, only those 2. Then bring those upside down spruce wood slabs outward by 1 and also connect them together. So you have that. It looks a little strange, kind of like a pie almost, I don't know, the pie symbol. What you want to do is you want to take those slabs that are directly in front of the bone blocks and you want to bring them up with a spruce wood slab. Then bring those normal slabs in with a plank. Then in with an upside down slab. Up with a slab. In with a plank. In with an upside down slab. Up with a slab, and then you want to place a plank in the middle. Just like that. What you want to do is you want to take each of these upside down spruce wood slabs, this bottom row only. I don't know why I didn't do this first. But you want to take this bottom row only, and you want to just connect it all the way back until it touches your main build, which is either going to be a bone block or a cut sandstone. Doesn't really matter which one it is, just know that it should be one of those. If it's not either of those, then you either have a pane, which is weird, or you have the air, which is worse. But, yeah. And then also make sure you do connect the upper bone blocks back. The bone blocks that are kind of involved in those peak, you want to just make sure that those also go back with upstone spruce wood slabs. So if you look at the underside, it should look like that, which is correct. One more thing we want to do with this peak, going back a block from it, you just want to fill it in with cut sandstone. Like that. And that, you can see how much that little spruce just makes a difference. It isn't actually big enough right now. Like, looking at the build, it doesn't look good because I don't know what it is that makes it look weird. But I think once we get the main roof in, it'll look a little bit better. But we're not going to worry about that right now because that's further ahead. What you want to do, though, is you want to keep moving along, and you want to come to this far right bone block, which is this one, and you want to bring it back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Then go right 3, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, right 3, forward diagonally to the right with 2 bone blocks, a stone brick block, and then a bone block. Is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, right 3, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, then go right 3, and then forward diagonally to the right with 2 bone blocks. Again, bring the left and the right rows of those rows of 4 stone bricks up with 12 cut sandstone, leaving the 2 block gap in the middle. Also bring your bone blocks up with 12 bone blocks, and then the single stone brick up with 12 cut sandstone, and that'll give you whatever it's going to give you. It shouldn't be too hard, hopefully, at this point. Since we've made so many of these 4 block sections, it's just more of these. Really, that's what this build is. It's just, it's repetitive. My mansions are mostly going to be that way. Probably they're going to be usually symmetrical. I've had a couple cases where I changed 1 or 2 things, but typically they're going to be symmetrical. So just kind of keep that in mind, that one side's going to be the same as the other. So, yeah. But this one, this one's something else. It's just different. And then again, these centers are going to be the same. I haven't even finished this yet. Hold up. But the centers are the same. Just at the bottom, it's cut sandstone. Then 3 panes moving up. Then 3 cut sandstone. 3 panes. 2 cut sandstone. Even for me, it's getting repetitive. Because keep in mind, this is the second time I've built this. Granted, the first time I wasn't actually explaining it to anyone. But, it's still the same thing for me because, I don't know. But I'm doing it differently. I'm definitely doing it differently. Because before I built the sections with the details at the same time. So once we actually do the front and the details, I'm gonna give you the back layout that I have, and then I'm gonna do the back filling in off recording, just to save us some time to see if we can crunch it down into one part, which I would prefer, but like, you know, tough luck I guess if it isn't, whatever. Yeah, it took us 10 minutes to get from the start of this middle section to here, so that's not bad. What you want to do from that far bone block now is you want to go forward diagonally to the right with a stone brick, forward with 3 black stained glass panes, stone brick, forward diagonally to the left with a bone block, forward diagonally to the right with a stone brick, forward with 3 black stained glass panes, stone brick, forward diagonally to the left with a bone block, then forward diagonally to the right with a stone brick, and then a bone block, back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, right with 3 black stained glass panes, stone brick, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, right with 3 black stained glass panes, stone brick, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, and then a bone block. And also, I would recommend actually coming over to the left side really quickly. You don't have to do this, though. And just make sure that you do have that row of bone block placed back diagonally to the left from that corner stone brick and cut sandstone. It's not that important, but I just kind of want that there because it's going to make it a little bit... It's just going to keep the symmetry of it. So what you want to do now is you want to bring each stone brick up with 12 cut sandstone. And then each bone block up with 12 bone block. And then you can do the middle sections if you know what they are. If you don't, then I will walk you through it one last time, thankfully, because then we're going to be done the bare bones front, as I'll call it, I guess. I don't know. That is totally its preferred name, even though I just came up with that about 10 seconds ago. But, yeah. If you're having troubles with this, by the way, just gonna throw this out there. I'd recommend, you can ask me in the comments. You could also try and, like, look at a different, maybe not necessarily, mansion, but, like, look at one of my recent other tutorials, something that looks simpler, because starting with something like this, especially if it's one of your, like, first tutorials that you're ever trying to make, it's not gonna be an easy one. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can, while trying to keep it generally quicker paced, and, I apologize if I'm screwing up at anything, but, yeah, I'm not screwing up with how the build looks, I can tell you that, but if I'm screwing up on your preferred instructions, but, yeah. What you want to do now is you want to, again, at the left and right, or the front and back of the window sections, you want to bring those panes up with 3 panes, 4 cut sandstone, 4 panes, and then a cut sandstone. So it'll give you that. And again, if I can, like, I'm trying to stop as much as I can. I sometimes forget. Like, even just for, like, a second, because if there's any point where you're confused, you can pause and look at that, and the numbers are small enough where you should be able to figure it out. The big things that you need to remember is that the build is 13 blocks tall. That's pretty much the biggest thing that you need to, like, understand. Because, did I screw that up? No, I didn't. Because if you understand that, then it's pretty easy to get it right. And, yeah, and also, again, I would actually recommend making your own sides based on the size that you want. If you just don't really care about the size and you'd rather base your interior off the size, then go for mine. But, it is up to you. And then in the, ooh, yep, never mind. In the middle ones, it'll be 4 panes, 3 cut sandstone, 4 panes, and 1 cut sandstone. That'll be what your windows look like. But yeah, it's a very, like, it's not, I don't want to say it's hard, but it's not, I don't want to say it's simple, but it's not hard either. Because it's really just the same thing over and over again. The details is where it might get a little bit complex. But you don't want to, the big thing with not wanting to do this first is because you don't want to start with, like, a monster build as a first tutorial. Like, you'd want to start with something that's easy, like a 20-minute video. Not necessarily a 1-hour video, because that's not great. Like, Old Navy would be a good one to start with, because that was 30 minutes on the dot, pretty much. So yeah, you should have this now. If you look at it up from above, it should look exactly symmetrical right now. If you split it down the middle, it's exactly the same. This build is that way, period. Not obviously individual pixels of textures, but you get the general point. So what we're going to start off with is the, what row is it? Hold up, let me figure out what row it is. The 6th row of cut sandstone up. It'll be the middle row in between the windows. You want to place a row of ups and down birchwood stairs that goes all the way around your build, or goes all the way around it, across it, I guess. But it does not want to go in front of a bone block at all. So you'll see here, it'll even do these corners and everything, but it's just gonna stop. It's not gonna, like, do anything fancy with them. It's just gonna kind of call it a day. And then once we get this part done, I'm gonna do a cut just to see how long we've been doing this for. And also, I don't want the video going over. I've almost done that before on a Little Nightmares 2 time-lapse. I almost went over the time that my PlayStation lets me record for. So that was fun. I went to like 59 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. And I have a max of an hour. Or it's 50... It might have been 57 minutes, actually. I think it was 57 minutes. So it's still close, but not like that bad. So yeah, it'll give you this. You can kind of see how that looks. That already looks 10 times better, doesn't it? Now what you want to do is you want to bring each cut sandstone now, the top cut sandstones, each outward with an upside down spruce wood slab. So that's going to give you this effect. So now we have kind of a trim at the middle, at the top, and then technically at the bottom with the stone bricks. And then also the panel trims. That's what I'm calling them. I'm calling them panels. I just think it's easy to do that. I don't know. Because they kind of are panels. And then obviously here at the front middle, you don't have to do anything because it's already been done for us. Even though we did it, but it's already been previously done. And also, one thing I would recommend doing, I forgot about this, where you have your diagonal bone blocks, where it's 2 bone blocks diagonally, behind them you should place an upside down spruce wood slab. So you make a right angle. Now, you'll see how that looks. You can see there how it's in that corner where you can't see it from the front or from the sides at all. but you are going to be able to see it from the top. Now, it's going to be important to the roof, and it's also going to help us mark out how the roof goes. It's not necessarily, like, super important, but you're going to you're going to need to do that later anyways, so might as well just do it right now. Just like that. So there you go. You have this now. Excellent. What you're going to want to do is come to the front left and the front right sections. The sections that stick the furthest forward, and if you happen to punch out your corners of your 99 by 71 grid, it'll be the only ones that actually interfere with the, I guess, invisible line that connects the corners. That doesn't make sense, but just come to this area. What you want to do is you want to come to the second spruce wood slab moving in, or second upside down spruce wood slab moving towards the center of those sections. And you want to place a spruce wood slab on top of it. So it's the ones directly outside of those bone blocks, like that. Then on top of either bone block, you can place a spruce wood plank. Then bring that plank in with an upside down spruce wood slab. Up with a spruce wood slab. In with a spruce wood plank. In with an upside down spruce wood slab. Up with a spruce wood slab. In with a plank. In with an upside down slab. Up with a slab, and then place a plank in the middle. So it'll give you that. These sections look really wide for some reason. It's right. I know it's right. But I think... Hang on. I think it's just... When you look at them straight on, they look a little bit wider. But you do want to do this on both sides. I actually kind of want to see. Are these peaks the same height? No, they're not. This one's, what, a block shorter? Exactly a block shorter, huh? Didn't really ask, phone. But again, you do want to make this peak on both. If you want to just like build up one side and you're lazy and don't feel like measuring out the other side, the center is going to be directly above the middle bone block. Just in case anyone asked. Which no one asked, but it's good to know, I guess. To also make sure that you have it correct. Although if you don't have it correct, you're going to probably notice because one side's going to be a little bit wonky. And then behind each peak, you do want to, again, fill in a block deep with cut sandstone, because, well, no one wants to see into your attic. Which, we don't actually have an attic yet, it's just a facade, but you get the point. Fanciest facade I've ever seen, that's for sure. More so because it's way too much detail. Like, I mean, it's not too much. It's a lot of work, but it's not, like, overwhelming, if that makes sense. So... Ignore the left and the right sections, which we just added the peak to, ironically. Every middle section, there's, what, 5 of them? Yeah, 5 of them. You have 4 windows per section, so that's 20. Good math. Below each 2x3 window, you want to place on the row of cut sandstone below them. You want to place upside down spruce wood slabs. That scales essentially the entire panel that they are a part of. And on the row of cut sandstone above, you want to place normal spruce wood slabs. So upside down below, normal above. And it'll give you this effect. Now, this kind of makes these windows look a little bit better and almost masks them in a way. But, like, you can see how that section looks to the one next compared to the one next to it, and how it just kind of, like, makes them, I don't know, blend in a little bit more. And also, you don't want to do it on all the cut sandstone. Like, right here, you don't want to do this. I mean, you theoretically could do that. I don't necessarily think that would look too bad. But I would only recommend doing it for the windows. And again, you have 20 of these windows to do. And then, yeah. I actually don't think the build is going to look amazing right now with this. I think we're going to have to add the roof. You could also do it on the one block window if you really wanted to, like this. I didn't do that. I probably wouldn't. You could do that. I guess it doesn't look bad. But I think the roof kind of puts it together more so than details. Because I didn't actually build this without the roof. What I did was I measured out how I wanted the roof to be before actually moving on. So I only had that front left section done. Only the front of the front left section done before I marked out how the roof would look. And, yeah. We're almost there. Did I do the tops of the... I did, okay. I didn't remember if I did them. Even though it was like 10 seconds ago. That I would have been over there, but whatever. So, once you've done that, this is what you should have. That actually does look pretty good. That looks insane. If you wanted to, you could theoretically only use the 3 peaks that you have and just build them, just build them flat out. That's not what I would recommend doing, but you can do it. So, yeah, I'm gonna do a quick cut. I gotta make it obvious, because I don't know why. So, now for the fun part. We gotta do the back walls to do the roof. So, I'm going to cut out the majority of this procedure. However, I'm gonna show you what the wall layout should look like. So, you're gonna have this type of a build, or something like this. There are a couple ways you could do this. You could bring your bone blocks, you could go inward diagonally with your stone brick, and then just go all the way back. And then mark out your bone blocks. I think I'm going to do it that way, because that's probably quicker than me saying each thing. However, each panel is 5 blocks, and there's a bone block sticking out from each one. And I have 11 of these panels. That's 6 that I just held up with my fingers. 11. So, what is the exact number? Let me figure it out real quick. Okay. You want to, from this bone block here, I'll go with the right side. You want to go back diagonally to the left with a stone brick from this left side. Or right side, sorry. Now you want to go back with 66 stone bricks. And you want to do this on both sides, so the row should be a total of 67. Like that. Now, I'd recommend going front to back on this. So on every 6th stone brick, you want to place a bone block sticking out. So this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So you'll have 5 block panels. And if you even want, you can add those windows. These are going to be the arched windows for these. And I don't actually need to count it because I have it marked out. And once you hit the end, you should have 1 stone brick sticking out the back, which is correct. I'm going to make sure these are all 5 real quick. Which is correct. And then again, same with the other side. I'd recommend going front to back yet again, and if you want, you can count your individual panels as well. If you want to change the number from 11, it's 11 of the 5 blocks, and then you have the 2 and 1, so it's, you can see. Hold up. Yeah, it's 11. So, how do we work this out now? So come to the back. We'll come to the back. Come to the back center, roughly. So you're going to be looking towards the front, and you want your left to be the left and your right to be the right. Not based off the front of the build at this moment in time, and actually probably for a while. We don't technically need directions again after this, so probably not. But what you want to do is you want to go from this end stone brick. We'll go from the left side to the right. You want to go back diagonally to the right with a bone block. Or sorry, forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, so towards you. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right 4. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right by 4. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick, then a bone block. Back diagonally to the left with a stone brick. Back by 4. So this is also a window section, by the way. This is 5. Backward diagonally to the right with 2 bone blocks and then a stone brick. Go right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right by 3. Just a quick thing. Backward diagonally to the right is going to be towards the front of the build, just for clarification. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block, so forward diagonally will be towards you. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. 2 bone blocks, and then a stone brick. Then go right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Backward diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with 2 bone blocks and a stone brick. Forward 2. Forward diagonally to the left with a bone block. Forward diagonally to the right with a stone brick and then a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right by 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick and a bone block. Back diagonally to the left with a stone brick. Back 2. Back diagonally to the right with 2 bone blocks and a stone brick. Go right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone bricks. We're almost there. Right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with 2 bone... Wait, yeah, 2 bone blocks, a stone brick, and then a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right 3. Forward diagonally to the right with 2 bone blocks and a stone brick. Forward 4. Forward diagonally to the left with a bone block. Forward diagonally to the right with a stone brick and a bone block. Oopsies. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right 4. Forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. Back diagonally to the right with a stone brick. Right by 4, and then forward diagonally to the right with a bone block. There you go. That's a lot. You can count most of those numbers. If you cannot count them, just know the left and the right sections are 5, and pretty much everything else is going to be 4. So it's... Those 3 right there are 5. Sorry. And then every other one's 4, except for those 2. Those are 3, but that doesn't necessarily matter as much as all the others do. That is if you got anything wrong. If you didn't, don't worry about it. But just know that it should be symmetrical and it should all connect. If you're wrong, going front to back, if it's like let's say your bone block is directly next to the stone brick right here, like that, then just kind of figure out where it might have been shifted, or just kind of make up your own pattern. And you can even, if you want, just kind of like look at a bone block, like look at this one for a sec. If you're wrong this way, and just kind of take it forward and figure out, okay, let's see, that does line up. Cool, that's correct. And just kind of stuff like that. So, I'm going to go through the pain to bring every single stone brick up with 12 cut sandstone, and each bone block up with 12 bone blocks. I will be back after that, and we will have a finished exterior. We have a finished wall. Sorry. Except for the spruce wood slabs and the birch wood stairs. If you want to do that, go ahead and do it. I'd actually recommend doing that. So it's going to be... You can just kind of look at the front and figure it out. Upside down spruce wood slabs are on the top row, and then the upside down birch wood stairs around the 6th row of birch wood stairs. So yeah, I'm going to be back in a moment, and we're going to have some finished walls. Now, way too long later, you should have something sort of like this. Now, I'd recommend, before, if you have done it yet, then too late, and I probably would have said something in the intro, but I would recommend adding windows to the sides and the back. I would very much recommend so. Again, as I've said, though, before on suburban houses and stuff... Suburban? Yeah, suburban houses. Base your windows off of your inside. So make your inside, and then maybe go back and add windows in certain spots wherever you think is fitted, or fits nicely. You'll see me a lot of the times not do that, just because I'm so used to not doing that. In my Grand Mansion, I didn't, but I think in a general situation, having your interior first and then being like, okay, a window would be nice in this room, you know, I think that's a better idea. But with something like this where you have it framed, it's a little bit harder to deal with. Also, a door at the back center might be a good idea. But here you go, and there's what it should look like. Door, like in that little strip again. So, you can clear your inventory and get out. Deep slate brick blocks, by the way, that took me, actually, it only took me about 15 minutes, which isn't bad. Deep slate brick slabs and deep slate brick stairs. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to just bring these end peaks all the way around and follow that shape, and then have the center one as well, kind of just feed into it, you can. However, what I would recommend doing is taking the inner row of cut sandstone and also any gaps in it, the lower portion of it only, which I say lower, but it means not these peaks. You want to just place a row of deep set brick blocks on top of that cut sandstone. It wants to essentially follow just inside of the upside down spruce wood slabs and bone blocks. This is why we placed these corners here, because you wanted to have right angled corners, just because that kind of is more logical in general. I've had some houses where I'd have done some weird things with the roof, and some of my older suburban houses and stuff. That's why my newer tutorials are nicer. I don't want to say they're more simple, but with things where there's a much more logical answer to the question, it is more logical. I don't know. Also, if you wanted to add those same peaks at the back, you can. I might have forgotten to. There's a small chance I forgot to add those peaks. But yeah. You don't need them, necessarily. Just, it might be better with them. But, yeah, and also make sure that you do hit this inside portion of the front with your deep set brick blocks. And you don't have to necessarily do directly behind that center peak, but I just did it anyways, because I think it's easier to mark out this part and then connect everything up, and also don't go too far like I kind of just accidentally did. But, yeah. It's all up to you how you want to mark this out, and what you think is easiest. If you want to just go ahead and do the roof, if you know how to do it, and go for it. So, what I would do is I'd start with the middle peak. That seems like a fair thing to do. You want to connect just the bottom two spruce wood things backward with its respective deep set brick material, so the slab and the block. Directly above the block row, at the intersection, you just want to place a stair and then bring that stair inward by 1, and then you can connect those stairs forward with slabs. This is kind of a dumb way to do it. You can see how this is going to go, though. Then place a row of deep set brick blocks inside of that. And then what you're going to want to do now is, you can actually just bring those deep set brick stairs a little bit out on either side. I'm just going to go to this corner right here, just because I can. But you're going to have to bring it all the way. I'm just not bringing it all the way because we're going to have the other peaks to deal with as well. Which, what we're going to do is we're going to build this roof all the way up to its full height, and then we'll worry about that. So then what you want to do is backward, diagonally, and upward from that row of stairs, you just want to place a row of deep set brick blocks. Pretty simple, I think. And then this row of blocks, you can just bring all the way across this gap here, because what you're going to want to do is you want to connect the spruce wood slabs back with deep set brick slabs, and the spruce wood plank back with deep set brick blocks directly into that intersection. And then I'd recommend also, again, finishing off the brick thingy. It's not really bricks, but whatever. You get the point. And then place a row of deep set brick stairs on top of the row of blocks. I apologize. And again, make sure that the directions and everything are correct. And make sure that you don't actually go forward on this intersection right here. That might be an autopilot thing that your brain is going to try and do, but just remember that that's not kind of part of the main roof. And then from that row of stairs, you want to go back diagonally and inward with a row of deep set brick blocks again. We're almost there. We're almost at the max height. I'm only going to build the front, by the way, and I'm going to go a little bit back on maybe both the sides. We'll see. We'll see how much time I can muster out of the remaining time. And then place a row of deep set brick stairs on top of that. And then that will be the max height that your roof is going to go to. If you want to go higher, you can. I actually would not recommend going higher, but you do you. I just don't think that going any higher is going to be a good idea. I think that this is going to be just right, so it looks like it's a full roof, but it's not quite too much where it looks like a big old peak. And at the left and the right, you just want to keep going along the deep set brick blocks, and then bring the stairs inward until you're behind the slab, and then place a block to the left of that. And then when you bring your blocks around, behind the stairs. The block will just connect to the spruce wood plank, and then you'll place the slab at that little corner. And then these stairs on top of that will have the slab connect into them, and then deep set brick block will divide that row, or intersect that row. So I'll show you a little bit of a closer look at that. This is the hardest part of the build, probably. I'm not even going to lie, and it's not that hard. As you can see, and I'm going to actually just bring it down this side as well. I think I can do this, just off the top of my head. Yeah, I should be able to. Yeah. Sorry, God. That was completely just uncalled for. I've been talking too much, apparently. So there you go. That's how that intersection will look. Let me just show you one of the sides real quick. It really doesn't, like, do much. And then the next row, deep set brick blocks ends with the stairs on top, which is going to be the final row of the roof again. We'll kind of just go around it and pretend like it doesn't quite exist, which is kind of how we like it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, the roof isn't too bad. It's pretty simple. Really, none of this build is complicated. It's more so just, like, tedious. And it's a lot of numbers, which can sometimes be confusing, but I think if you're a newer Minecraft builder, like, let's say you've only been playing Minecraft for maybe a year or something, maybe this is going to be a confusing build, but as someone who's been playing Minecraft for as long as I can remember, it really is not bad at all. Because it's really just get the number right and you're good to go. And it's a lot of small numbers. Like, if it was numbers like 24 or things like that, it'd be very, very complex. But you got the height at 13, but besides that, you have nothing more than 5. It's just very self-explanatory. It's very... Sorry, God. It's very self-explanatory numbers. Just kind of do the thing right and you're good. And then you do want to, again, bring this roof all the way around at the right and left and back. And also, as I finish this up, I do just want to say this because I don't know when the video is going to just probably randomly go to an outro. Because I think that's going to happen. But you want to just fill in the roof flat at the top with deep set brick blocks. I'll actually do a minimal amount of that real quick once I get this roof portion done. But like just at the level of the top row of deep set brick stairs, you just want to fill in the roof with deep set brick blocks. So you can see, like, if I come to this front center section here, just kind of right here, just fill this in with deep set brick blocks. And it's going to go all the way back. I'd recommend using slash fill for a lot of this build. Particularly the flat walls and also the roof. But yeah, so you can see how that is. That's going to just be flat and it's going to go all the way around. I'm going to be doing some of this roof real quick while I talk to you. And if the video randomly cuts to an outro, I do apologize. Because, tough luck. Yeah, I'll curl it to, like... No, I'm not even going to go all the way back. I lied. I'm going to go to, like, there. Because I kind of just don't want to run out of time, you know. I don't want to go too long because I'm bored. But, yeah, any news or anything. There's really never any news about the channel. But, yeah. First mansion since January. So that's fun, I guess. I'm going to be... Wait, what was I saying? I was saying to someone earlier that I was going to do something over the summer. And I forgot what that something was. Well, that's unfortunate. I put the row... That's... Okay, that was why I was, like, confused. Because I put the row of blocks all the way around. I was like, hold up. But, yeah, I was saying to someone earlier that I was gonna do something, and I was gonna try something over the summer. I don't know, I forgot. That... Don't you just love that you just forget something instantly? Alright, nice. It was something to do with a Minecraft thing, I think. I don't remember. But, yeah, it's not that important, clearly, because I didn't remember. And I'm also gonna just fill in some of the roof, I guess. I'll fill in these sections here. What I would actually recommend doing for the roof is just filling in the front of it, and then once you hit, like, a point where it's just a flat line going across on both the front and the back, I'd then do slash fill. It's easier that way, although there is probably a way to, like, make it fancy or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's some mod or something. Or I just do slash fill a ton of times. But there's no point in doing slash fill for something like that. I'm going to do the other side real quick. And then I'm going to skip to the outro part because I'm bored. and I've been going at this for way too long. I started this recording about 80 minutes ago, I think. Somewhere around there, I don't know. Kind of forgot. No, hour and a half. Almost, not quite. But, yeah, once you've done the rest of your roof, then once you fill in the rest of your roof, once you've done the back of it, once you've done that, and ladies and gentlemen, that is your mansion. I don't even know, it's like the 9th or 10th or 11th installment, somewhere around there, I actually don't remember. This thing is gigantic, and thank you guys if you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think of this one. This is definitely my favorite mansion yet, and one of my favorite tutorials I've ever made. But I have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.